All right, guys, welcome back to another brand new testimonial video with my guy, Ben Portal, who did phenomenal with us in the 60 days of coaching he did with us. And he has been able to stay pretty engaged with our community in the last 6 months as well. Ben has done such a good job at coming in and learning a ton of new things and using his existing pre-existing experience within e-commerce and building his agency. And you're going to see in this interview, Ben has just done a really, really good job at just throwing himself into an opportunity like this to not only learn but also be put in a position that will push him and drive him and be a part of a community that is all going after the same thing and have really similar goals and pretty much all working towards the same thing. And so yeah, this is just going to be another testimonial with my guy Ben, who you'll see him talk about how he was able to go from what he was doing before to 12K in about 60 days of working with us. I feel like my YouTube channel has really turned into just like a testimonial gallery at this point, but hey, like this is what we do. This is what I do. I'm super passionate about every single individual that I work with. We take care of our people. We really see to it that they succeed. There's guarantees behind our coaching and like what we offer in terms of our products. And like I said, this is a legitimate business for me. It's just as legit as our agency that we run. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the intro for this video. I hope you guys enjoy, and let's just get into the testimonial with Ben. All right, guys. So we got Mr. Ben Portal here, and today we're going to be doing another testimonial with him. So really quickly, Ben, just tell us about like what your business looked like before working with Nate and us, and kind of just talk to us about like, before you started working with us, like what wasn't clicking, what had you already tried before working with us, and kind of talk about, how it was figuring all this stuff out alone.
Yeah, Ben. So before I started working with you guys, I was in the e-commerce niche, worked with a couple e-commerce clients, had a marketing agency for the past year or so, and some of the results were hit or miss. Earlier this year, I decided it was like Q4 last year, near the very end. I was like, I seen some of your content. I'm like, yo, this guy Ben is crushing it on YouTube. So I was like, watch your content. Just from watching your series alone, just the information from that, I was able to gather some tools and insights to then close more clients. So when I
Yeah.
hopped on a call with you, I was like, you know what? I kind of want to push and make this investment and pulled the trigger. Ended up making the investment and I kind of just wanted to push myself because I wasn't signing any clients at that time. So I was like, let me go ahead and push myself and made an investment, sent you the cash, and then from there it was just like now I gotta work to make it back. So before I was working with only home e-commerce clients, and then afterwards I started to kind of dive into this local home service niche because I've been hearing a lot about it. And yeah, just right after that, I believe it was as soon as it became New Year's, I moved into my new apartment. And as soon as I moved in, within the first month, I had signed my first client. I believe I got him on for a $1,500 retainer with about 2K in ad spend. And then the following month, I signed another client, but he paid for all 3 months in once. So I want to say, total within the first 60 days of working together and being part of your 60-day sprint, I was able to do about like $12,000 in revenue, roughly altogether.
And what were you doing before that?
Before that,
Because I know
it
you
was
were
just
doing e-commerce, but what was like the revenue looking like?
it was hit or miss. Like I'd get like 5K months here, 5K months there, but like client acquisition was inconsistent. I decided once I got into this niche and just hopping on the calls with you, seeing what you were doing to get clients, and then I was able to close my two clients in person, and then after that, seeing what Nate was doing on the back end with Go High Level and building up the CRM, I was able to build out my own. And just like I spoke with you just before this call, I was on the call with another client. I've raised my prices. I'm no longer charging 1,500. Now I'm charging 3K per client.
Yep. Yep.
Just had a call with a guy. He's interested in working together. And now with even the systems that Nate has going on, I'm able to now run ads, get leads into my own pipeline and start closing deals.
I love it, dude. There might
Yeah,
be
man.
people watching this who are gonna say, and like they're gonna watch this say, okay, well, I'm someone who doesn't have the time right now. I don't have the time in my schedule. Um, I don't have, necessarily the means right now to make something like this work. Like, what would you say to someone who's kind of like on the fence watching this about working with us?
I mean, if you don't have time, then well, that's not true, you know? Like you're doing something already, so you got to get through and start doing something more. And I say the definition of insanity is doing the same thing, expecting different results. I was doing the same thing, expecting different results, but it wasn't until I clicked into this, tossed myself into fight or flight, and was just like, yo, I gotta sign clients. I gotta make it happen. And learn the systems that you guys got, and it was really helped me to get to the next level. So I'd say if you're on the fence, get off the fence and just do it. If not today, when are you gonna do it? So take action today, have faith and execute, you know?
Yeah, what would you say that the biggest learning aspect of this, or I guess the biggest gain for you that you genuinely could not have gotten somewhere else from just, or even just from continuing what you were already doing before working with us?
I would say the community and the fire, like the drive. I think that was a huge thing because I've understood sales and marketing for a long time. And don't get me wrong, what you guys brought to the table was valuable, but for sure, just having that community of people who you're like got that little competitive edge with, and you guys are like,
Yeah, yeah,
trying to
yeah.
push each other in the chat, we're all hype, I'm excited. I'm like moving into my first apartment and I'm like, yo, I gotta make this work. This is what I do to pay my bills. So I'm like, I gotta make this work. And by God's grace, I was able to do that. But I'd say definitely just the people that you have around you, having faith and having people who are fired up doing the same thing they can bounce off
Yeah.
of.
Yeah, I think people underestimate that aspect. Most times it's like, because as much as we want to jump on the internet, do these testimonials and make content and be like, oh, we have like the blueprint, we have the system, we have like the thing, like at the end of the day, it's really about the accountability system and the community. And that's, pretty much whether I'm pitching someone or just talking with someone or doing something like this, I think it's important to really focus on, emphasizing the community aspect of it, because just having other people in your circle that are either experiencing the same problems or have already experienced what you're going through, and you're able to talk amongst other people outside of just Nate and I, it makes all the difference. You know what I mean?
No, 100%. Even a couple guys from the community I was able to link up with in person because a couple of them are local to me out here in Tampa. So that was really cool. And dude, it's so much better when you're fighting with brothers, and it's like we're all in the same niche. Like my thing was sales and marketing, but videography like is new to me. Whereas there's other people who are coming in as videographers, but the sales and marketing are new to them. So like whatever ballpark you're in, whether you're a videographer or you do marketing, you join this group, you're gonna learn the other half of what you need to get to get the results you're looking for. So I think that's the biggest thing, For me, I think one of my bottlenecks with videography and making good content and finding videographers and being able to even connect with other people in the group, it's like it's just so clutch.
Yeah. Yeah, would you say like, because I wanna hit on the actual
Mhm.
problem that was solved here. And I know you talked a little bit about it before, but was your issue coming into this like getting clients, keeping them, or like would you say like a mix of both?
I'd say a mix of both, but more so acquisition, Like I didn't really run ads for mine or, really even just push hard to acquire more clients. But, when you got some skin in the game, I think that it really pushed you to do a little bit more. And I kind of having the guys around taught like push me into that like challenge yourself to get more clients. And I was able to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, and in terms of like, working with Nate and I. Um,
Mhm.
what would you say to someone where it's like someone's watching this, they're like, okay, well, I'm either doing, shopping on programs or I've never paid for a program before. What would you say like felt different about this? Um, for someone who's watching this, like, oh, I want to pay this person, or maybe there's this thing that I'm looking at this program. Like, what really was handed to you, and what do you think felt different about it?
Yeah, I'd say I mean, you too. Access to you, one on one. There were times where I called you and I'm like, hey, dude, like, I'm struggling. I don't know if I could keep going, and just having those conversations, being able to have people that you know that are around you and direct access with you or people who are doing exactly what you're trying to do. Nate, where
Yeah,
he's at in his agency, I'm kind of shadowing the route that he's taking over there in I believe it's Arizona. So it's like, I'm over here in Tampa and I'm pretty much doing the same thing as him. So being able to see what he's doing and him be at that 50, 60, 70, 80, I'm not sure what he's at right now. 50, I think last I checked was like 50K and up per month. Like it's like,
he's a
dude,
lot higher
that's where I'm
now.
trying to get. You said
Yeah,
what?
he's a lot higher now.
Oh yeah. I already know. I already know. I plan on being on that call this Thursday. So
Good.
yeah, man. It's
That's
so worth
awesome,
it.
dude. Yeah, and that's another thing too that I love about you, Ben, is like you've stayed so engaged, even long after, the 60 days with us specifically that you obviously made an investment into. Um, so tell me this, what does the next 6 to 12 months look like for your business now that you kind of have this foundation built for yourself?
Honestly, investing in myself. Like the last month or two had been a little bit slower because I just been building out the backend CRM, preparing the team for an influx and also acquiring financing, right? So I've been able to put together some money because I'm about to start dumping into ads and really building out the sales system, getting appointment setters and really scaling this to where it needs to go. So honestly, what it looks like, because I've already launched ads, is running ads, getting more clients, and taking over the whole Central Florida area, right? The whole Tampa, Central Florida homeowner area. I want to be able to
Competition's
do
low
that.
out there, bro.
I know, I know. So it's like I really want to do that, be able to take over this area and honestly keep investing. Like there's so many more educational programs, mentorships, yours and others, and I'm just gonna keep investing. I actually have a guy in my area. He has a mobile detailing business, and like I'm just gonna pay him $250 for a call because he's absolutely crushing it in his niche, and just record
Yeah.
it and just be able to give that value to my clients, and even take that back to build out the system of service delivery for my clients. That's a very small price, $250 for an hour of this guy's time, but like
Yeah.
the game I can get from it is worth it. So always invest in yourself. Even if you don't see the results, you have to have that faith to just, I'm gonna do it. Like at the end of the day, everything is done by faith. Faith is the foundational pillar of everything. If you don't believe in it, you ain't getting it.
Amen, bro.
That's it.
Amen. Um, well, to close us out, knowing everything you know now, would you do it again and would you do it sooner?
Oh, for sure. For sure. I think it happened at the perfect time when I was getting my new apartment because it's my first apartment I was able to move into.
Yeah.
And just having that drive, it's like brotherly camaraderie. I was sending like Spartan memes, it's like, bro, it's like going to war. So I'd say as soon as possible, get it done, sign up, be a part of the crew, and just execute. Fight alongside other people who are trying to build what you're building too.
100%, bro. Well, thanks so much for taking the time to jump on and have this conversation with me. And thanks for everyone who's watching this. That's it for Ben Portal's testimonial. Appreciate you guys, and I will see you guys in the next
Nice.
video.
God bless.